I'm going to show you my exact dumbbell complex for shoulder warm-up. So remember, dumbbell complex just means several movements in a row, back to back, with no rest in between. So when we do this, we're going to go immediately from one exercise to the next. I'll do this for 8 to 10 reps of each movement, and if I can't do the required reps, I'll just hold the movement instead. The first one is dumbbell retraction. So leaning over, keeping that low back nice and flat, I'm working on pinching the shoulder blades together. Each time we do this, we move the weights backwards a little bit to make sure that we're not letting the upper traps become dominant. So the upper traps will move the shoulders towards your earlobes, and we don't want that. From the front of your shin, keeping the elbows nice and straight and pinching the shoulder blades together to move the dumbbells upward and backwards. After 8 or 10, I'll go right into the next movement, which starts in this retracted position. So I'm keeping the shoulder blades as pinched together as they were during the previous movement. And now I'm flaring these weights out to the side. This is the posterior delt raise or rear delt fly. As you're doing this one, the position is just with your arms out to either side like this. Again, not shrugging those shoulders up, keeping them depressed down, and then leaning over at the hips. Keeping those shoulder blades pinched together, remember that was the termination of our last movement. That keeps the shoulder blades stable and in proper position. We don't want to be reaching like this, as now we've lost our shoulder stability and safety. You'll also be a heck of a lot less effective that way as well. The next one for shoulder retraction and warm up is to keep the arm all the way out at the terminus of our last movement and now bend at only the elbow. This is really about the triceps now, but there's a large supporting role for the rhomboids and the posterior delt. Those were the two muscles we just worked in the last 2 exercises. So I wouldn't be at all surprised if they're really screaming at you. This tricep extension is focused on straightening out the elbow while the shoulders are still retracted and those posterior delts are still working to keep the arms elevated. Remember, not letting those shoulders shrug up to the ears. 2 more, and done. Good. Take a break with that. Down with the weights. If I'm really feeling like a warrior, or if I'm pressed on time, I'll go immediately into body weight version, or I'll go out into the lateral delt if I want to continue on with my workout. Fantastic way for you to connect those 3 movements together into a complex and to get a whole lot of work onto the upper back and shoulders in not very much time. Remember, as you're doing this one, I like to do the reps, 8 or 10. But if I can't do 8 reps, maybe I can only get 5 before I'm tired. My 5th rep, I'll do a 3-second hold. So my total comes up to at least 8, or maybe 10. As you're doing that, you're still getting that muscular tension and that blood flow to those muscles, but you're not moving, so you're protecting the joint. Remember, that's a fantastic way to work the muscles, because if you're spending time at the computer, those muscles should be firing isometrically. We don't want to lose our posture. We want them to be working with tension, just like we did in the complex. All right, hope this is helpful, and you give it a try in your next workout. If so, let me know.